Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, my Facebook friends. My apologies for the delay. Zoom technical difficulties. Zoom will not connect on live stream. I had to be going over and over again, but I am here. I'm grateful to be here. Good evening. Okay, so welcome to another Tuesday night's Thoughts and Talk with Coach Wendy, where I share thoughts and talk about thoughts and things I'm thinking, things I'm learning, things that experience, things that I've heard. We just thoughts and talk. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I invite you, if you hop in, I cannot see that you're in. So just say hi, good evening, something to let me know you're here because I want to appreciate you. I appreciate you showing up. I appreciate you being here. If you're watching this on a replay, you didn't catch the live, and you're watching this on the replay, I want to ask you to just put hashtag replay in the comments so I know that you were here, you passed by, you listened, and I can appreciate you. And so I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're in, invite a friend to hop in. Invite a friend to hop in. Tonight, I'm going to be talking on a topic that I think it's kind of serious. And very, very interesting. Maybe it's going to be enlightening. Maybe it's going to be inspiring. I don't know what it's going to do. But invite a friend, tag somebody, invite someone to come join us as we talk tonight. So who am I? I am Coach Wendy Hazel. I am a life transformational coach, and I coach women who are feeling stuck. Simply put, you feel stuck in your relationship, you feel stuck in your marriage, you know that there is more for you, you know you're created for more, and you want to find that freedom that you can make the best decisions for your life, for your family, for your loved ones. Best, it can be personal decisions, best professional decisions, but somehow you feel stuck and you want the freedom to make the decisions. I am not talking necessarily of physical freedom where you walk away from whatever you're in, but that mental freedom. That freedom on the inside, that true freedom, where you are free to really make and take the best decisions, best next decisions for you, right? And I'll encourage you to think about the persons in your life that if you don't make the next best decision, who will be affected by it? And if you do make the decision, who will be affected by it? Would they be affected positively or negatively? Okay, so that's a decision you have to make. But I know that, especially as women, as Christian women, I'm a woman of God. I love the Lord. I follow Christ. And so my coaching and whatever I say is backed by that a lot. Wisdom, experience, but a lot by the Holy Spirit. So I know it's not easy to make decisions for different reasons. A woman cannot take the next best decision, but she can take the next best thought. She can shift her mindset, shift the way she's thinking. And that alone is the beginning of the journey, the beginning of walking into who God created you to be, walking into that place of fulfillment, walking away from the unhappiness, walking away from the inner turmoil, emotional turmoil, and walking into that life that you really desire and you know that you deserve. Okay, so good night, good night. Someone, let me just check in to see who would be here. I'm just see me looking over there. I work I work with two screens so that I get this chance to see in the chat. So if you're here, just say hi. Okay, just say hi. How have you, or let me put it this way. I grew up with parents who, and of course it's going to be generation back, But we had heard a lot of sayings, a lot of wise sayings, and those wise sayings were used to, they were used to kind of like nurture us and teach us and give us wisdom and things like that. And so they're different sayings. I remember sometimes, you know, as kids, people will leave, other persons, your siblings will leave things on the floor and you step over it or you pretend you didn't see it. I don't know if that ever happened with you in your home, but something is on the floor there, you pretend. And my mom, I know she'd say, or if you say, whoever sees the dead man must bury it. So with that saying, you pretend you didn't see it, because if you saw it, it's your responsibility to pick it up or fix it or whatever, right? That's one saying I can remember. If you eat like with food and you leave food back and, you know, you waste it, you know, she'll say, willful waste brings woeful want. Willful waste brings woeful want. That's another one I heard growing up. And then there's another one that we were really guided by. And it said, never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. And that was meant to protect the family, really, family secrets. Family secrets. So you don't go telling people what's going on in the home. You don't go telling people your personal business. You don't tell people that. Don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. Now, I don't know if you ever heard that one. If you ever heard it or your parents used it with you, you can drop me a comment. Hi, good night, John Dale. Hi. Drop me a comment. So we would hear, don't never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. Then I got old and I discovered that is something that came out of the Bible. That's Bible. So you took it and you applied it to your whole life. And then that made you become, you know, you were going through stuff, but you don't want to tell people because either it looks like showing off or boasting, or you're telling your secrets. So you kind of encourage to keep secrets of the hurtful things, the unpleasant things, the ugly things, the messy things. Don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. Anybody know what I'm talking about? So you get programmed to hide the messy parts of your life. You get programmed to hide the things that you know people will kind of maybe sometimes look down on you for or criticize you for or things like that, okay? So I got older and I learned that keeping and suppressing those secrets is not good for you. Not good for your health, for one. Not good for your health. It's stressful, it's tormenting, it's turmoil on the inside. Not good for our health, right? And you get to learn that. And then you learn about vulnerability. And tonight, I just want to talk a bit and kind of open our eyes and bring some awareness to the power of vulnerability. The power of vulnerability. And vulnerability had so many sayings. I kind of post some things, but it's more or less having the courage and the boldness to talk to others and to God about your story, telling your story, what's bothering you, what's your story, whether it's good or bad. Well, stories, when we talk about telling your stories, a lot of times that's that rough patch, right? That roughness that you had to come through. And so when I look in the scripture, especially, and I'll encourage you, if you want to learn more about it, the book of 2 Corinthians in the Bible, Paul is so vulnerable, so open. He is open about his struggles. He's open about his struggles with doing things that he don't want to do because it's not a right thing to do. And then, you know, not doing things that he's supposed to do. Vulnerable, being straight up. This is who I am. This is where my struggle is, right? Go through that book and he is talking quite a bit about that. In there's one I wanted to share where in 2 Corinthians 6:11-12, in talking to the Corinthians, he said, look, I speak freely, holding back nothing. Sometimes we struggle to find someone who we can speak freely to, holding back nothing. And for different reasons, For one, pride, shame, guilt. We're embarrassed to let others know that this is what I'm struggling with. And especially if you're in the church, especially if, I want to say especially, I know I can take flack for that, but I am just being vulnerable and true, right? It's not everybody's experience, but there are women who are afraid to be vulnerable, right? Afraid to be vulnerable, dare not be vulnerable, threats because it may expose some things from the family, from the spouse, that will dent and damage the pride of the family, okay? So there's pride, there's shame, and fear, the biggest one, fear, all kinds of fear. Fear of man. You can be fearing a spouse, you can be fearing a leader, you can be fearing man, meaning mankind, right? Afraid of how that person is going to react, what is going to happen to you after you open up and did not hold back and share. And your motive, and I want to talk about as motive, is not, your motive is not to damage people, but your motive is that you're calling for help. You need help for yourself because of the emotional, whatever you're going through, right? And so there's fear of man, fear of the opinions of man. What will they say? What will they say about me? What will they say about my family? Okay, fear of that will make us not be vulnerable, not be true. Being vulnerable is being true to who I am, true to what I'm feeling, true to what the help I need, right? Being vulnerable. Fear of rejection and humiliation. You can, after you talk, you can be rejected. People will pull away from you. They don't want to associate with you. They think fear of not being believed, fear of being misunderstood. The people don't understand you. They don't believe you because, especially if it's with a spouse, this person might be so charismatic out there, everybody believing them, think they're, and nobody believes you. So when you go to talk and seeking help, you don't get it, right? And so fear of that. Fear of what they're gonna say, the gossip. Oh, the gossip. What they're gonna say. I don't know if any of you like me, I'm not saying anything because those people like to talk. And so my preference, I choose to suffer on the inside. I choose to suffer on the inside, okay? Those secrets make us feel horrible. And that is not God's will for us. You are created special. You are created with gifts and talents inside that are not meant to be hidden. Gifts and talents that are meant to be used in the kingdom, used across the earth, used to help others, right? But when we are not vulnerable, we fake, I'm gonna say it, we fake when we putting on a face and we going out there. We fake, we're not able to help any other people. We're not able to help sisters. We're not able to help others because we need so much help ourselves. We will always need help, right? Nobody ever arrived and perfect. We'll always need help. But I'm talking about being vulnerable, getting help for whatever situation you went through, whatever experience you went through, so that you come out, you emerge out of the tunnel, out of the cocoon. You know, the last week or so ago, I talked about the caterpillar and the butterfly. So you emerge to be who you're created to be. Then you're able to help others to emerge, help someone else to emerge. When we're still in the tunnel and we're still in the cocoon and we're suffocating because we know we need to get out, we're not helping anybody. We don't have what it takes to help anybody. Okay? And so I'm encouraging sisters tonight to think about, do you feel like you're in a tunnel? Do you feel like you're in a cocoon? And you know it's time to emerge. You know it's time, I need to get out of here. You are ready. Some folks, and I understand, not ready to come out of their tunnel, not ready to come out of the cocoon. It's comfortable, it's warm, I'm okay here. Fear can have you gripped in there. But I'm speaking to that woman tonight who, you know, you're suffocating inside of that tunnel you're in. You're suffocating inside of the darkness you're in. You're suffocating inside of the cocoon you're in, and you're saying, I am ready to get out. But you're afraid to jump out on your own. Fear of, what if I'm out of God's will? What if I don't make it? What if I can't make it? What if, what if, what if? But you know you're ready. You know you're ready to get out, right? You know you're ready to get out. I'm encouraging you to don't stay silent any longer. Stop and check. When were you silenced? When was it that you were silenced? We get silenced. If we're silenced now and suffering, we were silenced sometime before. When were you first silenced? You weren't born that way. You weren't born that way. You might have been taken back in childhood. When? What happened? What was it that silenced you? And you got that spirit of fear to speak up, to make your next best move. Go back there. When was it that we were silenced? That is not who you're supposed to. Who you are now is not who you're supposed to be. And you know it. And you know it, right? Let me look. I'm going to look in the, I'm going to look over here in the comments. Hi, good evening. Good evening. Hi, Yvette. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Andrew. I haven't seen you in a while. Seen your name pop up. How are you doing? Okay. No, Facebook does not. I know there are more. I can't see it. Sorry, guys. It's telling me there are more comments, but I can't see it. Yeah. So what has been your experience? Who silenced you? When? Why? Where? What happened that you got silenced? Hi, Anne. Good night. Hi. What happened that you got silenced? You were silent somewhere back, and a lot of times it's back in childhood. It's back in childhood. Something happened and you were silenced. The fear was put on you, in you, and you were silent. So now when you are suffering and struggling and people are treating you badly, and you just know there's more to my life than this, and I feel trapped or stuck, you don't have the boldness to speak up and to take action. You don't have the boldness to speak up and to take action. So I want to encourage you tonight to be vulnerable. Like I said, 2 Corinthians, the book of 2 Corinthians, read that. See what Paul talked about being vulnerable. He talked about how he's open with them, but they were not open with him. And so he said, if there's a blockage in the relationship, it's not me. I shared my all with you. You know, there is a section in 2 Corinthians 7:6, when he said, the God who comforts and encourages the depressed and disquieted. Disquiet means you're just tormented on the inside emotionally. Comforted us by the arrival of Titus. So Paul was in a state of being depressed and just troubled. And Titus, God sent Titus to comfort him. And when you read, Titus came with stories of how the Corinthians treated him, how they love him, how they, he came with stories. So when he heard what was going on and having Titus interact with him, he got comfort from his depression. I just hope that you are not one who is in a depressive state and you're being told just pray. Yes, we need to pray. Yes, we need to talk to God, but we need people. We need to get it out. We need people. Titus, the God who comforts the depressed, sent Titus to comfort Paul. All about people, right? And so don't let anybody silence you by telling you, don't tell anybody your story, keep it to yourself. That's not right. That's not right, okay? It's not right. You are created for more. What's the more? How are you going to get there? What's your next best step? Find someone to talk with. Find someone to talk with. Of course, I understand you don't want the backlash, you don't want criticism, you don't want to be put down, you don't want to be over spiritualized, you don't want to, be gossiped about. But find someone, you want a safe space, you want a trusted person, you want someone who's going to listen and not barrage you with a set of things to do, but to help you, come up with what's best for you. You know what's best for you, nobody else. You know what's best, right? The next best move. So I encourage you to find somebody. If you don't have anybody, I am here. You can DM me. You can DM me. You can search me. You'll find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube. Okay. You can find me on WhatsApp. You can DM me and let's talk to see if I can help you. Like I said, I'm Coach Wendy. You can search for Coach Wendy. You'll find me on those platforms. Okay. And you can send me a message. Let's talk to see if I can help you. Okay. You deserve more. You deserve more. You need to be vulnerable. There's power. After you let all of that stuff out, then you can be filled with, good and find peace, make decisions. And that's going to be for your family, for yourself, for your family, for whoever's around you. Okay. So I'm going to post, post some stuff in the chat as to how you can find, but like I said, Coach Wendy Hayes, you search me, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, it could be on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You're going to find me and you can DM me if you need to talk, you need to be vulnerable, you need to let out, you need to come out of your tunnel of darkness, you need to emerge out of your cocoon and come out from being a caterpillar into being a butterfly, right? Being the butterfly and being who God created you to be. He created you for more and you know it, okay? All righty. Hi, Joanne. Good evening. Hi, Joan, my friend Joan. Hi, good evening, good evening, good evening, right? I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. My time is up. I try to keep this to half an hour. It's 8:02. So if you have any comments, any questions, just you can drop it there. If it's personal and sensitive, private message me with that. Private message me and I will respond. I do look at all my messages and I will respond to you. So God bless you. God's desire is that you be vulnerable. You are not to keep all that stuff inside of you. Be vulnerable. You're not to be sitting there suffering under all that pain, right? There is life to be had, life to be lived. And somebody is depending on you to help them. And that person is somebody that you can reach. If I can't reach, I don't know them, but you know them, right? And God's depending on you to reach that person and help that person. But you can only help after you've been helped, okay? So have a blessed rest of the evening. And just when you get to YouTube, let me just say, if you picked up on YouTube, all of my old talks, Tuesday night talks, I just do post the videos over there. I don't edit it or anything, just as is, it's posted over there. You can listen to the others and please share with others. There are women out and about that need to hear a message of hope and know that there's help available for them, okay? Listen out later this week. I have a special program coming up. I'm gonna start to talk about that, tell you what's in it, so person has to have time to sign up and register for that program, and it's called Enlightened to Emerge. Teaching you, enlightening you, so you get the mental freedom to emerge out of where you are into your next level, okay? And that's personally and professionally. Could be in your personal life and your job, or both. Most times it's both. Most times it's both, okay? So God bless you. Have a great rest of the evening.